AVtv is a product of the AV journalism class produced for the students of Amador Valley High School. The views expressed on the show do not represent the views of AVHS teachers, admin, or PUSD personnel.
Good morning, Dons. Hope you're having a great day. Today is Thursday, March 21st, and I'm Cora.
And I'm Tiana. We're your AVtv hosts for the 29th show of the 2023-2024 school year. Along with our weekly AVtv broadcasts, make sure to follow us on Instagram at AVHSinfo to get the latest news from around the campus.
Well, it's been a pretty crazy week here at Amador. Sunday night, a fire started in Amador's small gym.
The two-alarm fire caused damage to the building and led to a crazy Monday here on campus. AV journalism reporters were quickly on site reporting the news for the community on Amador Valley Today and posting updates on Instagram at AVHSinfo.
Students and parents still have a lot of questions, so we decided to start the show with a segment done by Audrey Coombs.
Audrey went out and interviewed Principal Fey and asked him some of the most important questions that students have right now. Let's check this out.
Hello, Dons. Obviously, this week has been a crazy week, and with lots of questions from students, parents, and people of the Pleasant community, we went out to interview Principal John Fey to get some insight on what is happening with the small gym and what is in store for the future. What happens next for the school? Will this affect the school year?
Well, the small gym is the integral part of the programs and the support to the programs that we offer. So it's definitely going to impact us as a school between now and the rest of the school year. My hope is that the insurance company and the district work together to get this repaired. Right now, we have the restoration has started. They've already cleaned up the girls' locker room. They're going to work on the office next, the girls' PE office, and then they're going to move to the cafeteria and the gym. And the gym, once the cleanup happens, then the repairs can happen.
Will this affect AP testing since in previous years it was held at the small gym?
So yes, this is going to affect AP testing. We feel like that. And again, we don't know if it will actually still last beyond into that month of May, but we're anticipating it and we're planning for it so that we are not caught off guard and having to scramble at the last minute to find a solution for testing so many students.
How hard was it to negotiate all the issues on campus in addition to all the rumors being fed on social media?
We received a lot, about 15 to 20 emails from parents and students with some interesting stories of things that were happening on campus that were not true. And so one of the things that I did was I responded to every single email that I received, as well as emails that were received at the district office with clarification.
Have you received any feedback from parents or students regarding how the school handled the issues around the fire?
So as I mentioned earlier, we did receive about 15 to 20 emails from community members and students, all of which were responded to. All of them had great feedback. We really appreciated their perspective. I think one of the things that I try and do is I try and understand from that parent's perspective, because I am a parent and I understand what the safety of my child means to me. And so I thought it was important to make sure that I acknowledged that that they had feedback for me that we took into consideration as we went through the day.
For more information, there will be an extended version uploaded onto AmadorValleyToday.org, and at the end of the show, there will be a statement from Mr. Fey. This has been Audrey Coombs with AVtv News.
If you're interested in more information about the incident, go to AmadorValleyToday.org for the story and recent updates.
Hey, Tiana, did you do anything fun for St. Patrick's Day?
No, I didn't, but I made sure to wear green all day.
Next year, you have to check out the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Dublin. They sham rock it every year. We sent out AVtv reporter Gigi Zhang to recap this year's parade and find out more.
Let's take a look.
This past weekend, the city of Dublin hosted the 40th annual St. Patrick's Day celebration. The parade on Saturday started on Dublin Boulevard and Amador Valley Road and ended near the Dublin Senior Center. At 9:30 a.m. sharp, over 80 performers, marching bands, floats, and pedestrians circled the route to celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
I love the parade. I've been coming to the parade every year since I've lived here. I always think it's really nice to see like the different programs I've been involved in and like my schools and all my friends and like the band and stuff. I think it's always a really great way to unify the city. And I also love people are passing out things to different people. It's always been really fun.
I really enjoy the parade. It's very nostalgic for my middle school and like elementary years, seeing everything all over again, plus all the new programs and all the new movements and everything like that.
People and families from all backgrounds gather as a community to watch and celebrate this special occasion.
I enjoy seeing my dad drive the city council little float because I get to see him in his big red truck and it's always nice.
I love the motorcycles. It's really fun watching them, like these old guys riding with like their like 80s rock music in the background, just kind of chilling out on their bikes. Like that's pretty cool.
My children are a part of Dublin Unified School District, so they are walking with James Doherty. And this year I wanted to stand and watch the parade so that I can look at all the procession. It is pretty important because this is the time when we all come out of our home shells and stand and be a part of the community, whether you're walking or you're observing. Both of them are equally important for us to be as a community.
This has been Gigi Zhang with AVtv News.
Dons, have you been following March Madness?
If you haven't, we've got you covered. Our AVtv reporters have been watching it closely. Let's take a look at what they've been seeing so far.
With 16 teams of 4 competing in basketball matches, the annual March Madness event was as competitive as ever. Students gathered in the large gym to watch their friends play during lunch for the past week. Tuesday marked the last day of the competition with the final 2 teams going against each other, but at the end, only one team was declared the 2024 March Madness winner.
I love the crowd. I love the when they're talking smack. I love playing. I just play with my guys, people that play hard for me. I just have fun.
This has been Ritika Gupta with AVtv News.
Okay, Dons, it's time for our weekly trip around the campus. This week, AVtv reporter Audrey Coombs went out and found out more news, announcements, and other information that you need to know.
And she put it all together in this week's Around the Campus in 60 Seconds. Let's check it out.
Hey Dons, I'm Amelia and I'm here to take you around the campus in 60 seconds. Seniors, there are now local scholarship opportunities and the deadline for these are May 1st. You can go scan the QR code on the screen or go to bit.ly/3IEGRZQ for more scholarship opportunities and information. Dons, from March 1st to March 31st, Alameda County Community Food Bank is hosting a canned food drive. If you would like to donate any canned food items, you can drop them off at the office. With graduation coming up in May, Amador is asking for donations for caps and gowns. If you know anyone or have older siblings willing to loan to students who aren't able to purchase them, it would be greatly appreciated. To donate, you can bring them to the main office anytime during school and mark it FAO and Straub. Remember, due to juniors taking the CAS test, there's a modified bell schedule next Wednesday and Thursday. Make sure to keep note of the schedule change. This has been Amelia Tao with Around the Campus in 60 Seconds.
Dons, don't forget how important it is to stay connected. You can find out everything going on around campus by going to AmadorValleyToday.org or follow us at AVHSinfo on Instagram.
Also remember the leadership Instagram at AVHSDons, where you can find all the Spirit Weeks and other ASB activities going on around campus. Now we have a message from our administration.
Good afternoon, Amador Valley community. This is Mr. Fey, principal of Amador Valley High School. At 7:57 p.m. on Sunday, March 17th, a 911 call was made by one of our custodians on duty, and the Livermore Pleasanton Fire Department was dispatched to our school on a report of smoke in the small gymnasium. Crews arrived and confirmed a structure fire and began working to put it out. A second alarm was given and more fire engines were dispatched, 13 in total, to help put out the blaze. These brave first responders were able to contain the fire in approximately 30 minutes. On behalf of our entire Don community, I want to thank these brave men and women for saving our school and for keeping the fire contained to only the small gymnasium. We are fortunate that the fire was contained in the small gym only and not damaging any of the other connected areas, including the theater, the cafe, the girls' PE office, and the girls' locker room. All of these spaces remain undamaged by the fire. Once the fire department put out the fire, cleanup and assessments needed to occur. Staff asked the fire marshal multiple questions specific to our ability to hold school the following day. A thorough inspection was made of the entire campus, including the small gymnasium, and it was determined there were no concerns. This included the absence of any toxic or hazardous materials in the air that could cause any health concerns, even for our students with pre-existing conditions. With the electrical work already completed to isolate and de-energize the buildings affected by the fire, we felt that by contacting and informing the city inspector what the state told us, the certification to PG&E would resume the power on the Amador Valley campus would be streamlined and would be able to occur by 9 a.m., which was just after the scheduled start of first period, maybe even sooner. With this information in our minds, the decision was made to not cancel school, as we had safety clearance from the fire marshal, and we had a reasonable expectation of a timeline to get power back to the school as close as possible to the beginning of first period. So, starting at 11 a.m., the A building became energized, then B, then C, around the campus, one by one, building by building. The power would get turned on and checked. Some of the buildings had residual alarm signals from the previous night, so a false alarm would sound. And then we would have to stop and go check it to make sure that this was in fact a false alarm, disconnect the alarm if necessary, and then move to the next building. It took almost an hour to go through these steps until finally, just before noon, all of our buildings were back up and running. This timeline would have been faster had the jurisdiction been understood by our city inspector, and he had just certified our plan to PG&E when he arrived at 8 a.m. The reason for this message that I'm giving today is to let you know what was considered when making this decision to hold school. You also need to know that closing down school for a day is a big decision. Many of our parents rely on school because they work and cannot stay home from work at the last minute. Our instructional minutes are so tight that if the school was closed, we would have to come back to school by taking away one of your spring break days, or we could have added on a day of school after our planned May 31st graduation ceremony. I want you all to know that if the decision was made to keep the school open, it would have been with the assurances that you all would be safe by being here. The delay in getting power turned back on was unfortunate and also unexpected. This is a huge disruption to our normal school operations. We must remember that we are Dons, we can adapt, we can conquer, and we won't give up. Our teachers and students continue to inspire me, and I am proud to be speaking to you today as your principal. When we learn more from the results of the fire investigation, I will do my best to get you that information. In the meantime, be good to one another, stay safe, and go Dons.
Well, that's all we have for today. Make sure you hang around for this week's birthdaygrams and check back in with us next week for more news, announcements, and profiles. And remember, Dons, it's always a beautiful day here at Amador.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day.